I've been talking to witnesses who tell me it was this black car right by the stop sign that was on fire, and I can tell you we can still smell the fire. Because of how strong the wind is, the rain is coming down hard. It's hitting us sideways. We can feel conditions getting worse out here. The city attorney said that there might be an ethics violation with you voting on this because it directly affects whether you remain in office. You did vote anyway. Why not abstain tonight? That neighbor lives right next to this house on Grand Street, and she told me earlier today she heard officers telling the suspect to get out of the house and to come out peacefully. Today, his brother held up this photo of Yulon Wallace in the hopes that someone will see him and recognize him. Brooks says the suspect pushed him out of his apartment, and he was able to head up the stairs to go ask for help from his neighbor. The police say the suspect's father said that his son claimed to have had a bomb or some kind of explosive device. This is where Chief Odell with the Kissimmee Police Department will be giving an update tonight. We are told it will be in at least 15 minutes from now. It could be longer than that. How do you react to his decision, and will you be fighting the governor's decision? It really was a scary situation for those other drivers as well. And we will be out here tonight gathering the very latest information, and as soon as we learn more, we'll bring it to you. Reporting live in Orlando, Samantha Manning, Eyewitness News at 10.
New tonight, a grieving widower says someone stole the ashes of his late wife in a home burglary.
The story is just so sad and so upsetting. He had been planning to spread his wife's ashes at sea in Hawaii, where they once shared a romantic anniversary trip together. Only Channel 9's Samantha Manning spoke with that devastated husband tonight, and Sam, detectives say it's an open investigation, but there's no sign of the missing ashes.
Martha, Frank Schieber told me tonight that he feels he has now lost his wife twice. His wife, Nancy, passed away from cancer 4 weeks ago, and he was getting ready to fulfill her dying wish, but he now worries that won't be able to happen.
I was married 33 years, so it's an awfully big hole in my life.
Frank Schieber now lives in the Maitland home he bought with his wife, Nancy, in December.
She always wanted to live on a house on a lake.
In fact, it had been on her bucket list. As a native Floridian, Nancy loved the water and especially fell in love with the beautiful blue skies and clear ocean on a trip to celebrate their 25th wedding anniversary in 2009.
We had had a trip of a lifetime to Hawaii.
Frank says he wanted to bring Nancy back there one more time.
In her last few days in hospice, we were chatting with, well, what would you like done with your ashes? And she didn't have a really good idea. I said, well, you know, I can take you back to that beach in Hawaii. And she just lit up and said, you do that for me? And I said, yeah, I would.
Frank bought the plane tickets for the August 1st trip. But then on Monday, Frank's home was burglarized and Nancy's ashes were stolen.
When I realized the bag was gone, I was running through the house. No, no, no. How could it be gone?
Frank says the ashes were in a white box just like this one, in a travel bag he kept in the bedroom.
I can just imagine that once they figured out what it was after leaving the home, that she's going to end up in a dumpster or in a ditch, and she deserves much better than that.
For Frank, the loss is unimaginable.
Nothing is like losing the ashes of the person you love and being unable to fulfill her dying wish.
And Frank told me he canceled that trip to Hawaii that he was going to be taking with one of his sons.
So heartbreaking, Sam. Now, the funeral home where Nancy was cremated says that the person who has the ashes can drop them off anonymously, correct?
That's right. They say they want to do whatever they can to help Frank. It's DeGespie Funeral Home on North Orlando Avenue. Again, they say the ashes can be dropped off there and they will return them to Frank.
Tonight, a local mom says a behavioral facility for teens failed to protect her daughter from a worker accused of having sexual contact with a young girl. That manager was fired after video showed the man in a sexual act with a teen.
And today, the girl's mom spoke only with Channel 9's Samantha Manning about the changes in staffing she's now calling for.
She was sent there for help.
It was help this mom says her daughter desperately needed after she was dragged into the dark world of teen prostitution. She asked us not to show her face or give her name.
And then started being drugged up. That's how they get her. And then from there, they started to pimp her out.
That's why she sent her then 15-year-old daughter to the Viera campus of Devereaux Advanced Behavioral Health. She spent a year there and met Michael Cador II, who was working as a unit manager.
The day she was discharged, he shook my hand and said goodbye.
Just a few days after the girl was discharged from the facility, police found her in a car with Cador during a traffic stop. They also discovered a video on his phone of him in a sexual act with the teen. Cador was arrested and fired.
You were in charge in a facility I was sending my daughter to get stable. You just now added another trauma on top of what she already had.
This was not the first time an employee at the facility came under fire. In 2016, a worker was arrested and fired after she was accused of punching a 14-year-old girl. In March, the state found that Devereaux failed to follow proper background screening laws for 8 employees, and 2 of those workers were fired. The facility has since corrected the problem.
They need to be more cautious.
We found there were 43 incidents reported at the Vieira campus from January through August of this year. 14 of those cases were sex crimes. Most cases involved teens accused of hurting other teens. This mom now wants to see more employees working in each unit. Devereaux declined our request for an on-camera interview and did not answer our questions about this mom's staffing concerns. In a statement, the facility said, quote, "We ensure every measure is taken to address the safety and well-being of those we serve. We remain committed to making a positive impact to the lives of those in our care." The woman we spoke with says she's hoping the facility will make changes she's now calling for.
I wish I had put her somewhere else.
Reporting in Brevard County, Samantha Manning, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Sam, what have you been able to find out?
Martha, we've still been waiting to get some more information from Orlando Police, but as you mentioned, we have now confirmed with sources from OPD that a toddler was found dead in a van at this daycare center. You can take a look and see it's been a very active investigation out here tonight. We've seen at least a dozen Orlando police vehicles. They've been very actively investigating at Little Miracles Academy here on Gore Street off of Plymouth Avenue. I can tell you it's been very emotional out here. There have been crowds of people getting heated, getting upset, understandably so, and getting emotional. Earlier, I'd spoken with a woman who told me she was a family member and that she was absolutely distraught and was just waiting to get some more information about what had happened. Now, we are told that we will be getting an update from Orlando Police here at the scene, and as soon as we get more information about this investigation, we'll bring it to you. Reporting live in Orlando, Samantha Manning, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.